Hey Ken, thanks for joining me.
Oh, been a pleasure, Brett.
Good session this afternoon. Thanks for all of that.
Oh, it was great. Wasn't the crowd pumped?
Yeah, absolutely.
At accounting and tax.
I know, mate. That never happens.
Yeah.
Only to you. It's rock star treatment. Hey, we're just talking about purchase entity and obviously the importance of getting it right and set up. I know a lot of people rush into developing, renovating, maybe developments as well, and they rush into things and don't really get their purchase entity, if it's a trust or in their own name, sorted out, and there can be serious repercussions, right?
Absolutely. So you sign the contract, you have to have a name. So what name do we put? So you've got to go through with your finance strategist if there's going to be any issues with using a particular structure, but normally that's not going to be an issue. So start to understand, do you buy in your name? Do you buy in a trust name? Do you buy in a company name? And that's going to be dependent on a number of things, including what do you do for a living, where do you source your income, asset protection, what sort of job do you have, you're in a high litigation. And if you do it wrong, it can actually cost you literally hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, so obviously double transaction costs and stamp
Double
duties and things like
transactions,
that.
yeah. And a big mistake I'm seeing a lot of people make is if they use a trust, they've used the wrong trust and either have missed out on a tax deduction, and you can get a tax deduction against your wages when using a trust, but a lot of accountants don't understand that, or they've used the wrong trust where they can't get a tax deduction.
Right.
And the new one now is the state governments, if you use a trust, potentially will double the stamp duty and the land tax unless the wording is correct.
Right.
So
right.
you've got to be very, very careful.
Yeah, so look, even if you do have something set up, it's very important to probably take a step back and get it checked out before you move ahead.
Absolutely. So even if you have a trust, as you were saying, get it checked out, because 9 times out of 10, I've found with new clients, we've had to do amendments to stop these additional tax being imposed.
Yeah, wow. There you go, guys. It pays to be reactive, not reactive, but proactive, I guess.
Yeah,
and,
to be reactive,
yeah.
It'll always cost you money.
Absolutely.
So be on the front foot, ask the right questions, but that's probably not the right thing to say. Just be inquisitive enough to ask,
Yep.
and find someone who has the broad understanding of the various topics: tax, asset protection, estate planning, trust structures, so they can give you a good answer that covers all the areas that you need covered.
Fantastic. Thanks for your time.
Been a pleasure.
Cheers.